Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mekamac. This is the last day of the second part of Unbreakable Sphere.
MORI, Uni, Mihara, they all risked their lives to save mine. It's time I return the favor.
In the last episode, MORI made it in and she convinced the Little Mermaid that they have to that together they need to kill Gluttony and then get out of here. Cool dynamic shot, but then it's replaced with this. Darn it. I wonder what the boss is, because there's a good chance that it's going to be a prelude to facing off against Gluttony like in the solo raids.
How far can you push me?
Don't put it like that, please. No, I still haven't had any luck with getting either of the new Pilgrim grade units. Although, apparently, so we've seen upgraded versions of Absolute in the main story. They don't count as overspecs, because they're using technology purely from the Ark. An overspec is using technology that they don't entirely understand. So with Rappy Red Hood, it's that she's, Rappy Red Hood is using the weirdness with the double cores and Red Hood and all that. And for Mihara, it's that they've stuck a Rapture core inside her. So, again, it makes me wonder, what's an overspec for Tetra going to be? Because, going by the usual theorizing, Anise won't count.
Looks like you've finally calmed down a bit.
Gluttony seems to be consumed by pain, its body shaking violently and stiffening.
Even a big old rapture like you has its limits when it comes to pain, huh?
Uni's arms, which have been holding Gluttony's mouth open, begin to creak.
Uni. It's exerting a lot of force, isn't it?
Uni nods her head.
Shall I help you lift this?
Uni shakes her head.
You can handle it? You're incredible, Uni. I know it must be tough, but you're holding up well.
Uni looks at her creaking arms. The force is immense, but she can't let go. Because the moment she does, 2 lives will be in danger. Uni suddenly feels as if the weight pressing down on her is that of 2 lives. And then she remembers. The way she frivolously threw words around when taking countless lives. If she were to bear the weight of all the lives lost to her thoughtless words back then, just how heavy would it be? In that instant, Uni feels the unbearable weight of her sins. She now realizes the full weight of that promise she made then. The promise she would do anything. The greater her realization, the greater the weight of her sins upon her shoulders. It crushes her, suffocates her.
Uni.
Uni looks at Mihara.
It's okay. You're not alone. I'm here to bear the burden with you. That's why I gain this strength. So, let's save them. Let's rescue those who see our presence as a gift. The ones who consider us friends. If we keep saving them all, one by one, maybe someday, we'll be able to find the path to redemption. I'll be right there with you, Uni, until we reach the end of that path. So don't be afraid. Anyway, I wonder if MORI managed to convince Siren. What's with all this shaking?
From inside Gluttony's mouth, two small bubbles pop out.
Bubbles?
The two tiny bubbles float toward Uni and Mihara's ears and whisper,
Uni! Mihara!
Siren?
Get back!
Uni!
Mihara quickly pulls out of the pendulum and retreats along with Uni. Just as they've made their escape, a massive water bubble shoots out of Gluttony's mouth.
Wow!
Ah!
The bubble plunges into the ocean. And then,
Uni, get down!
as Mihara pulls Uni down, silver liquid pours down from the sky.
Don't worry.
Mihara opens her eyes. A massive purple bubble spreads out above Uni and Mihara like an umbrella, shielding them from the silver rain. At the center stands Little Mermaid and Mori.
I won't let anything hurt you. Ever.
Siren.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
A few minutes earlier,
Siren?
Oh?
Do I really have to fire this thing?
Uh-huh.
and Little Bubble is smiling about it. Mori nervously looks at the bubble gun in her hand.
Let me make sure I've got this right. The bubble bullet containing the crystals is loaded in here. And once I pull the trigger, it'll fly straight towards the core, right?
I already know this, I just need to repeat it because the audience is now listening in again.
Uh-huh. And while you do that, I'll send this entire space up to the surface. That way, we can protect ourselves from any unforeseen dangers the crystals might pose.
You're going to bring up this entire area?
That's why I need your help.
She really was on a similar scale of power to Cinderella, wasn't she?
The moment I make this space float, that's when you fire that gun. That way, the bullet will hit the core at the same time we surface.
But what if I mess up? What if I miss the core?
It's okay. The bullet will find its mark. I guarantee it.
In other words, even if I miss, you'll use your kotodama to make sure it lands where it should.
Uh-huh.
All right then.
Mori positions herself under the bubble tree, where she has the clearest view of Gluttony's core.
I'm ready. Let me know when I need to shoot.
Uh-huh. All right then.
Little Mermaid closes her eyes and gives a command to every bubble in the surrounding area.
All together now. Let's rise to the surface.
With a powerful tremor, the space encased in bubbles begins to float.
Mori, now!
Mori locks her eyes onto Gluttony's floating red core.
Here goes nothing.
She pulls the trigger. The bullet ejects from the bubble gun, pierces through the bubble wall, and heads straight for Gluttony's core. The temptation to say Gluttony's bubble core was quite strong, I have to admit.
Siren!
Hit your mark.
I thought I was gonna die back there.
Mori collapses onto the ground.
What about the crystals?
We made sure it hit Gluttony's core. We saw it start to expand!
The formerly paralyzed Gluttony starts to slowly lurch about.
I guess that wasn't quite enough to do the trick.
Yes, but it looks like it had no effect.
Little Mermaid points to Gluttony's mouth. Inside its gaping maw, countless crystals continually form and dissolve into the silver liquid.
Looks like it chowed down on those crystals, all right.
Uh-huh. We must eliminate Gluttony once and for all before the silver liquid completely dissolves the crystals. So, I'd like to ask, will you fight by my side?
Little Mermaid turns around.
As if you had to ask.
True, but it's polite to ask anyway.
Huh?
Of course we're with you. That's why we came here.
Cuckoo! Yeah. Don't be silly and ask such an obvious question.
Really wishing I had Little Mermaid for this final showdown, though.
I already told you. We're all coming back alive.
Little Mermaid is surrounded by friends who risk their lives to save her. Friends who are unbreakable.
You're right. We're all making it out of here alive. Let's win this together.
All right.
Encounter!
Oh, sorry, you didn't get a very good showing, did you?
That actually worked? Am I not entirely worthless in battle?
I'm sure he has plenty of terrifyingly potent abilities in there. We just didn't get to see any of them. Gluttony roars at the ground.
Doesn't this thing ever get tired? It's taken one heck of a beating, and it's still making such intense vibrations.
The core is certainly holding up better than we expected. It isn't breaking apart like we thought it would. Maybe the core has gotten weak, and there's not enough energy reaching the crystals.
If only we could throw some kind of bait to make the core expand and the crystals grow larger.
Bait! Ah! I've got just the thing!
What? Oh, you mean the AA pillar?
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that thing.
Isn't that the thing we designed for destroying crystals?
Since it's already been melted by the silver liquid, it should be absorbed quickly.
If we feed that to the core, the crystals should grow much larger.
Uh-huh.
Well then, let's get this thing to open wide, so you can feed it a little treat.
Let's go. Oh,
Oh, oops.
let's go. All right.
There are times where it does seem like the voicing and the text writing team are not allowed to talk to each other, and that's one of those moments. MORI fires a barrage of bullets at Gluttony's battered body. Its tentacles try to burrow into the ground to avoid the bullets. But Uni grabs a hold of them, preventing the beast from retreating underground.
Nice going, Uni.
Mihara swings her whip toward Gluttony and lodges the pendulum firmly into its body. Gluttony spews silver liquid into the air.
Watch out!
Spread out.
As Little Mermaid whispers, an array of bubbles expand and shield the group.
Don't you dare go around spewing such dangerous stuff.
Chain patterns appear on Mihara and Gluttony's body and begin to glow.
Shall we have another go at it together?
Mihara bites down on the inside of her cheek. For a brief moment, Gluttony freezes as if unable to withstand the pain.
Siren!
Oh! You want this pillar so badly? Come and get it!
As Little Mermaid stretches her arms, bubbles brimming with the AA pillar's energy bloom into the air.
Everyone, step back!
Okay,
All right.
Mihara yanks out the pendulum. In a desperate fit, Gluttony opens its mouth wide and lunges toward Little Mermaid, its colossal body scraping against the ground.
You want food?
Little Mermaid swings her hand, and the bubbles all fly toward Gluttony's core.
Then chew on this!
The silver liquid within the bubble seeps into Gluttony's core. Then, the E2 crystals absorb the energy surging forth from the core, causing them to rapidly expand.
Break apart!
At last, Gluttony's core shatters. Gluttony collapses to the ground. The crystals that filled its mouth shatter as well.
It's finally
The underground vibrations grow fainter.
What's that?
I think it's Gluttony's main body.
Wait, you're telling me there's more to this thing?
no wonder I sensed something more when I exchanged senses with it. That must have been the connection to its main body.
You're right. When I was inside its throat, I used the bubbles to investigate. Gluttony consists of one massive main body, with multiple mouths attached to it. The place where I was staying was inside the throat of one of those mouth organs.
So, the core we just destroyed is the core of that mouth?
I'm afraid so.
So that's why you kept saying we were inside its throat and not its stomach. That's some rapture.
How can you still laugh at a time like this? What are we gonna do if that thing comes back?
It won't. Judging by how faint those sounds are, it seems to have run away.
So it severed one of its mouths and fled?
Yes, just as well they did. Judging from that story, it's a good thing that they didn't try to use ICBMs again all the way back in the old Tales days, because it just would have kept throwing up new mouths to snack on everything.
It most likely ran away because its main body was about to be swallowed by the crystal.
Nice to know we had it against the ropes. Considering how it ran off with its tail tucked between its legs, I doubt it will be back anytime soon. It knows that this place is filled with his worst nightmare.
So what then? Did we win?
Yes, we did. We won.
We won! We won!
MORI collapses to the ground. Uni also collapses.
Good job, everyone.
Siren, how does it feel to be back in the great outdoors after so long?
Oh, well,
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I guess it has been a long time for you.
yeah. It's been a really long time.
Little Mermaid looks up at the sky. Instead of the familiar underwater scenery, a real sky comes into view.
Wow, the sun is rising.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Beyond the horizon, the sun slowly ascends, bathing the surroundings in a golden light.
It's breathtaking. The world is so beautiful.
You bet it is.
Oh, Mihara, Uni, Mori.
Tears flow from Little Mermaid's eyes.
Thank you for saving me.
Siren,
What are you crying for?
Because I'm so thankful. I never thought I'd be able to see the sun again. To be able to set my feet on solid ground. Breathe in fresh air. I didn't even dare dream of it.
Siren,
Thank you for saving me. For not giving up on me. For extending your hands out to me.
oh man, don't you cry. If you do, I'll start crying too.
Oh.
Mori covers her face with her hands.
Don't cry, Mori.
Don't you start laughing. Do you have any idea how worried I was? Don't you ever do that again. No more heroic sacrifices or any of that nonsense. Never again. You hear me?
Yes, okay.
Before the dazzling golden sunrise, a flustered Little Mermaid consoles Mori, who is wiping away tears. Meanwhile, Uni simply gazes at the moving scenery before her. A scene, not scenery.
Uni. How are you feeling? How does it feel saving someone for the first time?
Uni looks at her battered arms, then at Mori and Little Mermaid, who are laughing together.
Feels good? If you feel good, then so do I. You did great, Uni. All right, you two. That's enough moving around now. That girl. Isn't that one of your bubbles, Siren?
Oh?
Everyone looks in the direction Mihara is pointing, and sees a girl with long pigtails made of purplish bubbles.
Those are the bubbles I sent to find Cinderella.
Little Mermaid reaches out toward the girl, but the bubbles disperse and eventually dissipate.
What's she doing here?
Siren, over there. Look!
Mori points behind Little Mermaid.
Oh?
Over there!
Siren? Cinderella?
Well, what are you waiting for?
Go.
voices soar together, covered still, hand in hand, chains
Is it
light,
really you?
more.
It's warm. Cinderella! Cinderella! I missed you, Siren.
Tears.
Siren, it's Ave. Oh, Ave?
Siren. It's a good thing you decided to stay alive, huh?
I'll be by your side.
Unbreakable Sphere. Unbreakables here. End. Okay, sure. We didn't need that P anyway. The bubbles finally reach the sea surface on the surface. Little Mermaid is finally reunited with those she missed dearly.
Knowing that what's by my side is unbreakable fills me with such joy.
This must be the place that Siren made.
I'll be leaving soon. Thank you, everyone, for everything.
Alright, so I have to make sure I use up all of my daily allowances here. Do some missions. Next time we hear from this place, we're going to be tackling the hard mode secret ending. But alongside that, I'll probably explore this place and see all the memories, because the memories are kind of interesting.
Come true.
The currents we've flowing through.
Did you call me?
Until next time, guys,
Knowing
take
that
care.
what's by
We'll
my
see you all
side is
around.
Unbreakable fills me with such joy. I'll be leaving soon.
It is quite difficult to tell where all the sparklies are, though.
We finally met. My dream has come true. Knowing that what's by my side is unbreakable fills me with such joy. I'll be leaving soon.
The potential for bubbles are endless, aren't they?
For everything. We finally met. My dream has come true. I'll be leaving soon. Thank you, everyone, for everything. We finally met. My dream has come true. Knowing that what's by my side is unbreakable fills me with such joy. I'll be leaving soon. Thank you, everyone, for everything.